a chance for anybody here to share their spiritual journey in a quick story of their own of something that was very significant. So, Angel, take it away.
Hi, lovely people. So this was my story. I was planning on doing, I still am, doing a talk for the battered women, and I went and got my car serviced, and it came out to spend $670. And so I was like freaking out. I'm like, where am I going to get $670, And I started focusing on the limitations of it. At the same time, there was a company that didn't honor their word. And normally I would take the high road, but I decided I needed to let them know. And it was 13 years that it was just nagging me. So I sent them a letter and I said, in my heart, you failed to honor your word. And I just said, God, help me let this go. And I get a call from the company, and they wanted to sell me something, and I called them on, and I said, no, I'm empowered, and I'm not going to do it. And then I said, thank you very much, and I hung up. So 2 weeks later, I had to bring my car in again, another $125. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? So almost like I had a V8. I'm like, I'm in limitation focus. So of course I'm going to attract more limitations. So I said to God, I'm done with limiting thinking. You're my source, you're my supply. I even said it to Jane. You're my source and you're my supply. I'm not going to doubt you. You're going to provide. 2 days later, I had to bring my car in, $200 more. $995, mind you. And I'm saying to God, you're my source, you're my supply, you'll find a way, I know you will. And I literally said this to the mechanic, I'm not going to buy into limitation. I'm staying in abundance focus. And he smiled. 4 days later, I get a letter from that company. I almost tore up the letter. But something in me said, open the letter up. In there was an apology and $995. God is my source and my supply. Right before I got that check, I said to the universe, I'm still going to do this talk for the battered women. I'm doing it for 2 reasons. One, I had come from an abusive upbringing, and I needed to face that fear of that I'm an empowered woman, that no one and nothing can take me emotionally down the drain. And so because of that, I decided to face the fear and do the talk for these battered women to let them know how empowered they are by connecting to their inner power inside of them, and not letting anyone or anything stand in their way. And so if you're interested in helping me out, it's for Saving Grace. You can make some donations, and I have about 4 items left that I'm selling to help me to do this talk since they're not going to pay me. And God is the source of supply, and nothing and no one can take that source away. It flows in abundance of love. It flows in abundance of prosperity. It flows in all forms, and I know in my heart that's how I was able to write that article, because I chose to go deeper in abundance, and that channeled message came through my hand. That's 4 minutes and 30 seconds, Jane. That was great, thank you.
Sorry, wrong service. So when we're talking about divine paradoxes, there's the whole experience of how do you experience God? And one way that we experience God is as Jesus. Now, not all of us buy into that, and we're going to talk about that more in the talk. But for now, I just want to set up this meditation for you. I'm going to play a song that is really, really beautiful. This song was written by a woman who was on her deathbed. She had some dire disease, whether it was cancer or AIDS. I'm not really sure what it was, but she was on her way out. And in this state, she has a vision of Jesus sitting on the end of her bed, talking to her. And the words that he said were very healing words. Clearly, since she wrote the song, she didn't die, at least not then. And and they're words that pertain to all of us. It's how the divine experiences each one of us. So I'm going to invite you to listen to the words of the song and imagine for yourself, whether you imagine it as Jesus, an angel, your higher self, God incarnate, whatever you want to imagine, this is the message of the divine to you. And so we're going to listen to it and then spend just a little time in silence, just being with that message and your experience of it. So just close your eyes.